So firstly, let's make the curry paste. All we're going to do is put the ingredients into a blender, add some garlic. Now I'm cheating using this ginger because I don't use ginger a lot. And what you find is if you buy ginger and don't use it, obviously it goes off. And just a little squeeze of that in there. Garam masala, chili powder, ground coriander and ground cumin. Then some salt and pepper and a little splash of olive oil. Whiz this up until you've got a nice smooth paste. If you need to add a bit more liquid, you can add some olive oil or you can add some water. So you've got a nice paste like this. Put this to the side so we can now make the marinade for the chicken. You often see people marinating chicken in a bowl, but I find it so much easier to do it in a bag because you can get rid of all the air for one, and also you can make sure that all the chicken is covered completely in the marinade. So get a bag big enough to hold all the chicken. Add in some yogurt. Natural yogurt, really. Don't try putting in strawberry or blackberry yogurt. I mean, you could, but you'd have to be a complete psychopath. Then into your yogurt, add about a third of the paste you've made. Then mix it all together in the bag by massaging it. Now, as usual, I've portioned a whole chicken and cut it up into bite-sized pieces like these. Now you can add your chicken to the bag and again massage the chicken all round so every piece is covered with the marinade, and then squeeze the air out, tie a knot in the bag, put it on a plate into the fridge. Now ideally you want to leave that overnight for that flavour to really develop, but if you don't have the time, really a couple of hours should give you a good flavour as well. Now it's time to make the main sauce, and for this we're going to be using a couple of onions, some fresh tomatoes, some chilies and some garlic, along with the paste we already made. Slice the onions as fine as you like and cut up the tomatoes into small pieces. For the chilies, I'm using bird's eye chilies. Now these can be very hot. You can pretty much use any chilies you like, but just slice them fairly finely. You can include the seeds if you like or not, depending on how much heat you like in your curry. And then chop up the garlic fairly fine. Put your pan on a medium heat, add some olive oil and throw in the onions. You want to cook these until they start to soften and becoming translucent. Now throw in the chili, garlic and tomatoes and let this cook for a few more minutes. Now add the rest of the curry paste you made earlier, stirring this into the onions and let this cook for a couple of minutes. Now it's time to add some tins of tomatoes. Now I'm using chopped tomatoes, you could use whole tomatoes. It doesn't matter because it's all going to break down anyway. Depending on how much chicken you have, we'll decide on how many tins of tomatoes you'll need. I'm using 3 tins here, but yours may vary. Mix everything together, then turn the heat to low and cook this slowly, just simmering for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Whilst the sauce is cooking, it's now time to cook the chicken. So take the marinated chicken out of the fridge and then cut it open. Get a frying pan on high heat and add some oil. And once the oil's hot, add the chicken in piece by piece to get some nice golden colour. You may need to do it in batches depending on how much chicken you've got, but make sure you've got a really good colour and crust on each piece and then put that to one side. So once the sauce is cooked for about 20 minutes to half an hour, give it a taste. Just the right amount of spice, but absolutely gorgeous. If I can make it a little bit smoother, I'm just going to blend it. Now you don't want to blend it too smooth, but you want to blend it a lot smoother than it was. Add a touch of double cream and then just give it a stir in. But this will just add a level of richness. You can then add all the chicken to the sauce, make sure everything's covered, and then cook it for a further 15 to 20 minutes. This will help intensify the flavour of both parts and give you an amazing dish. The best thing to serve with your beautiful homemade chicken tikka masala is some simple plain rice. Make sure you wash your rice through, and I always use 1.5 the amount of water to the amount of rice. That always works well for me. Measure your rice volumetrically and then add 1.5 times that volume of water. Put this on a high heat, and as soon as it comes to the boil, whack the heat down super low, put the lid on and then leave it for about 10 or 11 minutes.
11 minutes later.
You'll see beautifully gorgeous rice. You can then fluff that up with a fork and it's ready to serve. And just to be super bougie, chop up some coriander and sprinkle it over. And there you have it, one gorgeously easy homemade chicken tikka masala, and likely to be the best you've ever had. Let's have a taste. The depth of flavour is just insane. There's so many flavours going on. It's just so much. It's just spicy enough without it being overbearing. Honestly, better than any takeaway you'll ever have. and it's so easy to make. It really is simple. Okay, it takes a bit of time to marinate the chicken, fine, but really, it's so easy. So give it a try and let me know in the comments how you get on. So if you want to start really enjoying cooking and getting so passionate about it like me, so you get handy in the kitchen, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you know exactly when the next video is coming out. And of course, share it around to your friends. I'd suggest 5 people. Why not? And as I said, make sure you make this. It's so nice, so easy. Save yourself a fortune and impress your friends. Till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.